Patch notes! Destiny 2 Hotfix 6.3.0.5. Activities, seasonal. Heist Battleground, fix an issue where Shadebinder Warlocks couldn't shoot stasis projectiles during their super. Legend difficulty now grants progression towards various triumphs and challenges. Year 5 seasonal ritual activities now count toward ritual progress of all season pass exotic catalyst quests. Fix an issue where the ritual of the season triumph progress with heavy grenade launchers instead of pulse rifles. Interesting. All right, Crucible, Rumble, restored as a game mode and removed from the weekly rotation. Showdown, fix an issue where revives were not properly displayed on the scoreboard. Okay. Gambit, increased reputation gains by 50%. Holy hell. When is double infamy week coming, guys?
I think we had one a couple weeks ago. So it might be near the tail end of the season.
I'm being told that people don't see Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble's not in game. They lied.
All right, I'm sure this is going to get fixed, but Rumble is currently not in the game. That 50% increase is huge. So when double infamy rolls back around and they just lower the cost for focusing, now might be the time to actually do some gambit. Gameplay and investment, armor, Science Ramparts. Increase the cooldown of the Barricade ability while Science Ramparts are equipped by 70%. Increase the amount of damage players deal to a Science Barricade by 25%. Developer note, this change should decrease how often one sees a Science Barricade in PvP, as well as add more opportunities for effective counterplay. Yeah, I think this is going to significantly nerf it. Weapons, general, adjusted Deep Stone Crypt raid encounter rewards to favor Deepsight weapons that have not had their patterns fully unlocked. I thought this already went out. Luke, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought they had already increased.
I think that might be a different adjustment.
So it's different. That's to make it so like you don't get repeats if you've already have the pattern.
This is a direct buff to Deep Stone Crypt. Wow, even better for our video that we just put out today. So, all right, here recently we just had all Deepsight weapons dropping or increase between duality and our raids, right? Now this is an individual buff to Deepsight. So it is time to farm, guys. And this week it's the featured raid. So we actually just put out a guide on this, doing challenges, all that good stuff. If you're looking to just knock out everything and get all of those weapon patterns, now is the time. Updated Deep Stone Crypt commemoration machine gun to properly allow rapid hit and high impact reserves as crafting options, as well as feeding frenzy and under pressure. This includes crafting support for the enhanced version of these perks. Fix an issue where the Tripwire Canary was not displaying the correct draw time stat in the UI. Interesting. All right. Weapon archetypes, submachine guns, general, increase damage and aim assist fall off start at 0 range by 30%. Reduce damage and aim assist fall off start at 100 range by 10%. Okay. And we're going to have testing on all SMGs, guys. We've already collected pre-data, so we'll show you exactly how big of a buff it is. Adaptive, increase critical hit multiplier from 1.44 to 1.5. Crit damage goes from 16.2 to 16.9. We'll see if this is a substantial enough buff. What is it? Pizzicato? The pizza's SMG. Pizzicato. Wait, that SMG, that actually may be pretty good now. Precision, increase forensics nightmare zoom from 13 to 14. My assumption with forensic nightmare is that it is going to be, it was 3 notches below shite. Now this put it up 1 notch below shite. Maybe 2 notches. 1.5 notches below shite. Meaning forensic nightmare is still shite. Pulse rifle, general, reduce aim assist fall off start at 100 range by 10%. Reduce damage fall off start at 100 range by 5%. Increase recoil by 20% on mouse and keyboard only. Luke, you did get range tests on pulse rifles, right?
Yes, I did 100 range pulse insidious.
My man.
See if that top end changes.
My man. Lightweight, reduce BXR battle zoom from 20 to 18. Some people are saying this is actually going to be a buff in the mid range, but yes, this is a substantial nerf to its range. BXR used to be able to reach up to like crazy ranges, like 44 meters. This is gonna hurt. The zoom being lowered by 2 there is gonna hurt. Sidearm, general, reduce the season 18 aim assist fall off distance from 30% to now 20%. This is an overall nerf to sidearms, although it's still, you still got that 20% buff there. Airborne Effectiveness, primary weapons, aim assist, reduce all additional primary weapon auto aim bullet bin penalties by 60% at 0 AE. That is reduced penalty from 1.2 to 0.5 degrees for both mouse and keyboard as well as controller. Increase the precision angle, how far off target you can be and still have auto aim help you land a headshot instead of a body shot, by 50% at 100 AE. So it's very obvious that you still want to build into AE. Like, it's not like a dead stat, but it's not as punishing on the lower end, right? Change the curve to be exponential, so you'll get more benefits at the high AE for both mouse and keyboard and controller. So again, it's not a dead stat. You do still want to build into it. We just need to see, like, what is the sweet spot. Removed all additional primary weapon magnetism, reticle friction penalties, and at 60 to 100 AE, you get a magnetism bonus compared to pre-AE. So 0.5 degrees at 100 AE for controller only. Interesting. So this is just for controller only. All of these changes right here in this section is just for controller only. Reduce accuracy penalty for all primary weapons. At 10 AE, they're now as accurate as if they had an Icarus Grip mod slotted before Season 17. Previously, they reached this level of accuracy at 30 AE. Okay, so we're actually playing with Dire Promise right now. It sits at base 10 AE. So 10 AE is the equivalent of 30 AE. All right. Approximate reduction in penalty. Hand cannons, sidearms, 60%. Auto rifles, scout rifles, pulse rifles, submachine guns, 20%. Bow, 30%. Special weapons, sniper rifles, and slug shotguns reduce the base airborne accuracy penalty by 50%. Pellet shotguns fully remove airborne accuracy penalty. Airborne spread angle penalty is still present. So, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a shotgun buff to all pellet shotguns, right? Am I understanding this right?
Yes.
Shotguns have already been feeling really good, especially precisions. If you've been getting stuffed by shotguns here lately, you're about to get double stuffed. Okay. Exotics, Dead Messenger, reduce splash damage against players from waves by 35%. All right. Dead Man's Tail, remove the damage penalty for 5 stacks of Cranial Spike. We do need to test that out. Reduce hipfire and airborne aim assist cone angles by 25% on mouse and keyboard. Reduce hipfire cone angle bonus scaling from 20% to 5%. Reduce hipfire precision aim cone angle from 3 degrees to 0.8 degrees. Reduce hipfire auto aim fall off scaler from 1.5 to 1.1. These are all significant nerfs. A huge rollback. My question right now, more than anything, and I know PvP is going to be front and center, is how is DMT now inside of PvE? Because the reduction there in damage does suck. I think it used to give, how much was it per stack? It was something crazy. It was like 7% per stack previously. And then it dropped to like 3% per stack. Something wild like that. All right, perks. Reverse of Fortune now triggers on 2 misses within 6 seconds. Fix an issue where the Perfect Float perk could cause the Frenzy perk to activate prematurely. We talked about that here recently. Damn it. Okay. So it was a bug. Perfect Float, Frenzy. Frenzy would activate sooner than it should because of Perfect Floats. We thought that would have been some cool synergy, but that was actually a bug all along. Okay. Abilities. Increase the base cooldown time of the following class abilities by 20%. Tower and Barricade base cooldown increased from 40 seconds to now 48 seconds. That's huge. Rally Barricade base cooldown increased from 32 seconds to 38 seconds. Thruster base cooldown from 30 seconds to now 36 seconds. Marksman dodge base cooldown increased from 29 seconds to 34 seconds. Gambler's dodge has increased from 38 seconds to 46 seconds. Again, nothing here about Warlocks. Warlocks, you guys are Gucci, man. Touch of Thunder, Storm Grenades. Roaming Storm Lightning Strike damage reduced from 40 to 30. Added a 0.24 second delay on Roaming Storm creation after the primary grenade detonation. Travel speed now begins at 1.5 meters per second and ramps up to 1.3 seconds to a maximum speed of 3 meters per second. Previously, it was a flat 3.5 meters per second at all times. That is a huge tracking nerf, or a huge travel speed nerf. Tracking search range now increases in size over 2 seconds after creation rather than starting at full size. So all around, just the brain dead, I'm throwing a storm grenade and let it do its thing. You're going to have to be more accurate with it is what it's saying, which you could just scoot out of it. Remove weapon stability, incoming flinch, and shotgun pellet spread angle penalties applied to a player while sliding. That's a huge one. I still can't believe they rolled that back. That blows my mind. Power progression, rare blue Ingrams no longer drop after reaching the soft gear cap. Equivalent glimmer amount will be rewarded instead. This update will be rolling out later today. Keep an eye out at Bungie Help for when it's live. Okay, so it'll be rolling out later today. I actually got a long email last night. Look, I don't know if you saw it. We got a long email from someone talking about how not receiving blues after the soft gear cap is a huge nerf to our Guardians.
It is.
In what way?
He said
You can't level up all your weapons. It's going to take a long time. You usually would get like 1580 drops and just infuse that, and then you'll be good to go. Now you can't do that because they won't be dropping anymore.
I was saying
It
it's
is
like
a
a
pretty big
strat
nerf.
that a lot of people use for leveling, but power level is becoming less and less important as time goes on.
Yeah, but
so-
if you're pulling stuff from collections, they're like 1350 exotics. You know what I
can't
mean?
really infuse anything.
They're
That's
gonna
interesting.
have to, yeah, and I mean like blues did serve as infusion fuel.
It
Maybe,
should honestly like be a toggle.
well, if not a toggle, could all things pulled from collections just automatically be like once you reach the soft cap, everything goes to the soft cap?
That's a good idea. Too.
Is that too difficult to do? I mean, obviously it still stays under level, but once you reach the soft cap, everything pulled from collections could just be at the soft cap. Vendors, gunsmith reputation gains increased by 25% to compensate for the lack of rare Ingrams. Okay. Bounties and Pursuit, the exotic catalyst quest boost now applies to all previous season pass exotic weapon catalysts. Season of Haunted Gear Triumphs, shape opulent weapons, and Nightmare Stick shape will now correctly track weapon shaping. If you shaped one of these weapons and did not complete the objective for it, you can reshape the weapon with no changes and thus no cost to advance the objective. Step 7 of the Revision 0 quest, the Hidden Shape, will now correctly track weapon shaping. Like the aforementioned Triumph, you can reshape Revision 0 with no changes to advance this objective. Adjusted the pattern requirements of the Report Reverse Lure Exotic Glaive quest. Recipe now only requires one portion of the required wellspring weapon pattern. Additionally, the first daily drop of wellspring weapons will have a deep sight. Oh. The first daily drop of a wellspring weapon will have a deep sight. Oh, I didn't see that in the 12. All right, so all around the board, I think just getting deep sights in general is just going to be just substantially easier. So if anyone in here is playing catch up right now, get it, man. Right? It was in there? Oh, I must have just glossed over it. Yeah. Once unlocked on a character, each class respective exotic glaive recipe will be available for purchase on the evidence board. Step 4 of the Witch Queen quest, report relic data, now tracks weapon shaping. The requirements for reshaping a weapon with enhanced perks have been temporarily removed. Okay, reshaping any weapon will complete this objective regardless of whether the weapon has been upgraded with enhanced perks or not. Step 6 of the Witch Queen quest, reshaping the Enigma, will now track weapon shaping. Like the Relic Data quest, the Enigma quest step has had the enhanced perks requirement temporarily removed. Reshaping the Enigma will progress this step regardless of the existence of enhanced perks on the weapon. UI and UX, fix an issue where the Glorious Seal icon was inconsistent with other seals. All right. Someone came in here just now and said something's wrong with their seals. All my seals are gone. All right. It's probably going to come back. Spaghetti code. Right. Chat, we will have a breakdown later of everything. We have pre-data. We'll compare it to post-data. So everything we just went over, we will have tests for all of this, okay?
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.